Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. I'm one of your hosts on this beautiful show, MattyBets, joined as always by my co-host.
BigAL Bettor. How we doing, people?
How are we doing indeed? How are you doing is the real question here.
Dude,
We
I'm
got
good. We're
football in
24
one
hours
day.
away.
We got
I know.
one
It's
day.
it's been a long drought, and we're finally through the desert.
We're finally through the desert. I'm still in the desert currently, but that's just how Arizona is. But
Right.
yeah, we got football starting tomorrow. We finally finished
Couldn't
all
be
of our
more happy.
32 videos on each team, doing the schedule breakdown. So now
Yep.
we're going to kind of put our money where our mouth is a little bit, and we're going to go through division winners, right?
Yep.
Doing division
Division
winners.
winners.
Yep, pick our division winners for each division. And then after that, we're going to jump into probably the conference winners?
Yep. AFC, NFC number one seed, and then Super Bowl champ picks that we like.
Okay, perfect. Matchup picks, Super Bowl picks, what teams we like to
Yep.
see there. Yep, all that stuff. So, alrighty. Well, without further ado, everybody, welcome back, and we hope you really enjoy the video. Let's just jump
Absolutely.
into it. Where do you want to start?
Okay. I think we start in the AFC. We'll start with the East.
All right, AFC East. What are you going for here right now?
I have the Jets taking this division at plus 165 is DraftKings has them at currently, and that is who I've got. We went through their schedule, and I think we both are in agreement that it's a pretty easy schedule compared to some of the other teams out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. They definitely have one of the easier schedules. Like, we were both surprised and shocked, like, when we looked at their schedule and saw, like, how easy their matchups are. Like,
Right.
they're definitely going to be getting, like, pretty good record this year.
Last year, even if Rodgers hadn't gotten hurt, their schedule was brutal, and this year their schedule is nowhere near that tough.
Yes, exactly. So, I also have the Jets there. I'm not getting as high of odds on them as you are.
Okay.
So, by the way, just to preface this for everybody watching at home, we are using two different sports books today. Kind of give you an idea, like, of where you want to bet. If you do have like freedom to gamble wherever you want to. I know in Washington you have to go like 2 casinos to actually be able to bet. So for us, we're gonna be using. I'm gonna be using FanDuel, and then BigAL over there is gonna be using DraftKings.
And always shop around. Like, if you are in a legal state where you have tons of books, always, like, the more books, the better, because you're going to be able to find value on lines you like. And sometimes books miss lines, too, and so you can get even better odds. So
Mm-hmm.
always shop around. Always have multiple books.
Always be doing that. Yeah, my odds right here are plus 160 for the Jets to be the AFC East
Okay.
winner.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, it's pretty close.
But I will say, I always thought that the Bills or the Dolphins were going to be above the Jets, so I'm glad the sportsbook finally caught up to, like, what we talked about, which was, they have a really easy schedule, and if Rodgers is healthy, that should be a really good year for them.
I really wish I would have bet this sooner because the Bills were in front of the Jets for a very long time, and I think the Jets were up at like plus 200.
Yeah.
And so a little bit of a missed opportunity there. But anyway, moving on. AFC West. How do you see that one playing out?
AFC West,
Who do you have
I'd
out
like
there?
to go. I've heard a couple people talk about the Chargers. If I'm putting my money on it, though, it's going Chiefs. Like, we're going to go with the
Right.
Chiefs. I think they're going to win the division.
Right.
They'll get a really good seed, and then that's honestly for the Chiefs, that's where their season starts. Like, their
Yep.
season's going to start in the postseason. Who cares about the regular season? Just win your division, take care of business. We'll see you in the playoffs, and we'll see how that goes. That's their mission this year. And I got them at minus 270. So not great. It's not, a great return on investment, but, it's most likely going to happen. That's why the books have them at minus 270.
Right. If Jim Harbaugh gets the Chargers good, like they have a chance to fight for this division. But I'm with you, Chiefs. DraftKings has them at minus 260.
Okay. So still same. Both the books are going to be, like, especially for division winners, I'm going to guess that they're going to be right there next to each other. We'll see. Maybe we'll find one where it's, like, really big difference, but I think for the most part it's going to be pretty similar the whole way through.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. AFC North.
AFC North. See, this one's kind of tough for me because I know
It
when
is
we
a tough
went
division.
through this division, when we were doing the schedule breakdown, I gave the Bengals and the Ravens the same amount of wins.
You did.
So for you, it might be a little different because you might have given the Ravens or the Bengals more wins. But, I really do like the addition of Derrick Henry for the Ravens, and I don't like the fact that Chase is still holding out and hasn't practiced yet. So, based on that,
Today.
that's good to know, I guess. Did he sign anything, or did he just show up to practice?
Nope, he showed up.
All right, cool. Well, I'm still gonna go with
Joey B.
I'm still gonna go with my gut here. I'm gonna go with Baltimore Ravens as my AFC North winner. I got him for plus 145, which I do like getting actually like a plus on that. Seeing a plus as opposed to a minus for a team like that, where That's normally how it goes when you have two teams that are that close in the rankings.
I mean, the books have them at the same dead heat. At least DraftKings has them at the same dead heat as your schedule prediction because they're both plus 145 on DraftKings.
Oh, okay,
Bengals
so
and
they're
Ravens.
tied. Okay.
Yeah,
See,
I
so
do have the
I
Bengals.
do know what I'm talking about. Okay, before anybody tries to crucify me for those videos, just saying, I do know what I'm talking
Even
about.
they're saying it's a coin flip. Like
Mhm.
it all depends if Joe Burrow stays healthy, the Bengals are going to be there at the end. So,
For sure.
all right, moving on. We're going to go to
You said that
your
you had the
favorite division.
Bengals.
I have the Bengals, yes.
Okay.
So we're split there. AFC South,
AFC South is tough.
your division.
It's my division, and that's why it sucks too. Because I mean, for me, I have to go with the Colts. I like what we've done in the offseason. I like the fact that we just re-signed pretty much the whole defense that already played with each other. Had a lot of takeaways last year. Held opponents to under 20 points. Like we were scoring points. They were scoring, but they weren't scoring they weren't outscoring us. So I mean, that's all you really need from a defense. If you have a decent offense, you just need a little excitement from the defense every now and then. A couple takeaways here and there. And you can keep up with the best of them. So I'm going to go with the Colts here. I'm getting them at plus 320.
Okay. You might want to switch to DraftKings.
Oh, no.
Because so far, DraftKings numbers have been better on every single one of these. I also have the Colts at plus 340.
Okay, so I get a little bit more on that one.
You get a little bit more, yeah.
I like that a lot.
Moving on. So that's the AFC.
That's the AFC.
Got,
those are winners.
Jets, Chiefs, Ravens, Colts.
Yep.
And I have Jets, Bengals, Chiefs, Colts. So
okay, so we're pretty much in agreement there.
We're in lockstep except for Ravens, Bengals.
Yeah, but that's kind of where the
fine.
book is kind of torn on it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
None of us picked. I mean, the Chiefs were the 1 seed. Other than that, I guess the Jets were the.
Yeah, the Jets are favorited too. Yeah.
So, all right, moving on to the NFC. We'll start with the NFC North, my favorite division.
All right, NFC North. Here we go.
Yep.
I got the Lions taking it. They are the favorite. I know that. It's only for me. It's plus 125. I'm gonna take them. I just still love the team. I love Dan Campbell a lot. Love Jared Goff. They play in Jared Goff sucks when he's on the road and has to play outdoors. And 14 of their 17 games this year is indoors. So give that up to he can lose 3 of the games that are outdoors, and then give him maybe even 3 more losses here and there. I still like him at his 10+ win team this year. I'll take him at 11-6. That's fine by me.
Okay. I have the Packers taking the North, which is not a surprise.
Not
if
a
you guys
surprise.
Watched our Packers breakdown video.
17-0. 17-0.
17-0, undefeated. If not undefeated, 12-5. No, a fun fact for you with the Lions. I went through their schedule from last year, and they only had 4 wins against teams with a winning record of their 12 wins. 8 of their wins came against teams with a losing record. So people say they play hard. That's true. People say they're really good and they're going to be one of the top teams in the NFC. We'll see. But last year, they did not have to play a ton of really good teams. They got a lot of wins off of easy teams. So just something to keep in mind when you're gambling on the Lions this season.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a good point right
Moving
there.
on. Yeah, NFC South.
NFC South, let's do it. Okay, NFC South. I'm going to go with... see, this is tough, too.
Mm-hmm. You can say it. We know what you're going.
We're going to go with the Falcons here. We're going to go with the favorite here, too. I feel like most of these are going to be the favorite. I mean, that's why the book has them as the favorite. The book knows more than we will ever know because they have ties.
The book, I think the book's overvaluing Kirk Cousins by a lot.
Okay.
Personally.
Fair enough. State your case.
New coach, and we're just, drop him to the top. Whereas Tampa Bay, we went through their schedule. It's actually much tougher than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm on Tampa Bay. They're second, and they're plus 320 on DraftKings, which is, really, I think it's the value play. They took the division last year. Bringing everybody back. Baker gets a second year with the team. Everybody's got a little more chemistry. They did lose their OC.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind taking a flyer on the Bucs.
I think the value bet is the Bucs, and I don't trust Atlanta. I think Atlanta's snake oil.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I like the Falcons. I like Kirk Cousins. I like the offensive weapons that they have in Pitts and London and Bijan too. And I just think that'll be enough clear. Their defense doesn't even have to play good, and I think that's still enough to be able to edge out the Buccaneers. But
My
that's just
qualms
me.
are not with Atlanta's players. Like, I like Kirk Cousins too. I like all their pieces. I just don't see. I don't agree with what the books are saying and what everybody in the media has been saying about Atlanta, that they're just like locks to win the division now because you have finally a competent quarterback. But it's still, all these pieces have to get along. They have to play well. Like,
Yeah,
so I'm just,
we'll see.
maybe I think next year Atlanta takes the
Okay.
division.
I don't
So
know. It might be the
that's where I'm
Panthers
at.
next year. You never know. Panthers are kind of sneaky. If you have a lot of faith in the
They've
Panthers,
been
you're getting
real
them
quiet.
right here plus 1100. So
That is
that
so
wouldn't be
much.
bad. That's a lot for a division.
And
Like they
that
think they're
division
gonna
was
suck.
wide open last year. That
I
division was
mean,
wide
what?
open.
Like the Bucks won the division, had 9 wins or 8 wins. Were
Yeah.
they below 500?
They were not. They were 9-8, tied with the Saints.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is funny because, like, thinking back on last year, I did not think the Saints were a 9-8 team,
No.
but they were. Anyway, moving on, we've got two left. The NFC West. This is a fun one.
We're doing NFC West. All right. I do like the NFC West a lot. See, and this one's a tough one. Kind of. It's not really, but
Sure.
it's tough. I really like the Rams this year. And I really want to give it to the Rams and be like, okay, I'm going to bet money on the Rams to actually be able to edge out the 49ers. I do like Sean
Okay.
McVay. I think he's on par of being
He's a
as
G.
good,
He's a G.
if not a better coach than Shanahan. And you can hate me for saying that if you want to, but I mean, we've seen
Okay.
him do it. Like he won a Super Bowl with Stafford. He had the highest scoring offense that we'd ever seen with Goff when Goff was his quarterback, and he was also like the youngest coach to ever do it. So I do really like the Rams a lot, but I can't put them over the Niners. I think the Niners are still gonna win
Wow.
that division. I got the Rams as a solid playoff team for sure, like probably the first wild card team. But I mean, I gotta stick with the Niners when I'm putting my money on the line.
What odds are you getting on the Niners over there?
Minus 190.
Okay, that's
Minus
actually a
190
little
on
bit
FanDuel.
better. That's a little better than DraftKings. DraftKings has them at minus 195.
Okay. So like
And
we've
I
been
am
saying,
doing.
pretty much the same.
I'm going just like I did with fading Atlanta and taking Tampa. I'm fading the Niners. I'm taking the Rams. On DraftKings, you get them at plus 350.
Okay. So any reasons why you're fading the Niners?
They've been so good for so long. And
You just think it's
they're
regression?
They're the clear favorites. I don't even think it's regression. I just think that the Rams will be better this year. Cooper Kupp should play the whole season. He didn't play half. I felt like he was gone for half the season.
It did feel like it. It's just because he was a ghost of himself when he was actually out there on the
Kyron
field.
Williams didn't even come. Like, he was good kind of out the gate, but he'll be full season. That team has tons of confidence, and that team has been good every time since they got Stafford, except the year Stafford got hurt. So I just trust that McVay's play calling. Stafford's a gamer, and I think they're gonna just bring it every time they play the Niners. If they sweep the Niners, they're gonna take the division.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say, just not kind of a dark horse here. Seattle could win that division.
Seattle plus 650 is not a bad.
For me, it's
lay.
plus 700. So
Okay.
it's not a bad play if you got a lot of faith
Honorable
in Seattle.
mention.
You got a brand new coach. You got new weapons that we like. Like we just like
Sure.
where Seattle's going. So I'm not sure if the Seahawks will actually put it all together this year. I don't know how much you trust it if you are gonna put your money on that. But I mean, it's definitely good value there if they actually do the things that we think that they can do this year with the new
True.
reinvented offense. But
New coach, new head coach, but all the offensive pieces have been there.
yes,
So there's the chemistry between the offense. Now, new OC, who knows how that goes. But as far as the players, they've been the same players. So, no, Seattle, if you were feeling a little ballsy, getting plus 650 on them to just like sneak in and steal it, not bad. Not bad at all.
not bad at all. Yeah.
All right, let's cap it off here. NFC East. How do you see this one playing out, Matt?
See, this one's not hard for me to even to think about. We saw the Eagles, they're still favorited, which I don't like or understand because we saw them fall apart, and I mean crumble. They got nobody knows what happened to the Eagles, but they fell apart last year. They crumbled last year on their way to the playoffs.
They lost to the Niners.
And then their season was lost to
And then
everyone.
I don't remember if it was Debo or one of the defensive players. They're like, we just showed the whole league how to beat Jalen Hurts. He stares at the rush too much. So if you just pressure him up the middle, he panics, and then you just get a sack.
Yeah, well, I'm not trusting the Eagles this year because of how last season went. So I'm going Cowboys all the way. I know in our division predictions when we went through everybody's schedule, I had the Cowboys winning 14 games. I still feel good about that. Throw the Cowboys in there. I'm getting plus 175 on them.
Cowboys for plus 175. So you're doing with the East what I'm doing with the
Yeah, I'm gonna fade the favorite.
South.
Yeah.
And the West.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking the favorite. I'm heavy on the Eagles. I think they're going to be incredibly good. I love the Saquon edition,
Yeah, that's
and
all
that
you
team
love
already
about
likes to
them.
run the ball.
That's all you
No, that
like
team
about
already
them.
likes to run the ball a lot. And so, to me, the way I value the Eagles is kind of how you're valuing the Ravens with Derrick Henry.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Just how much of a nightmare that's going to be trying to guard a fake handoff and then the QB keeps it. And I think that's going to be the same thing. And I like the wide receivers in Philly are superior, in my opinion, to the wide receivers for the Ravens. So
Yeah, that's fair.
that's my take on it. But all right,
Okay.
so you've got Cowboys, Niners, Lions, Falcons.
Yes, sir.
And I've got Packers, Tampa, Rams, Eagles
Yeah, so you actually have only one favorite in that conference.
in that conference, and I have
Yep.
2 in the AFC.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
so
Cool. I
that's
like
that
it.
breakdown.
I
Okay,
like the picks there.
let's. I don't hate them, dude. Honestly,
Mhm.
the Cowboys is a good play if you're trying to bet the value, and then you're just betting on the Eagles to not be as good as we think they're going to be.
Yeah.
It's not a bad angle to take.
Mhm.
Okay, let's transition here to the number 1 seeds in the AFC and NFC.
Okay. I like it. All right. Well.
And I've got 3 for the NFC
Whoa,
and
whoa.
2
You
for
got
the
3
AFC.
for the NFC and 2 for the AFC.
Yeah, like I'm gonna bet all 3 because I feel good about them, and I'm gonna
Okay.
bet 2 in the AFC. So you can
To be the number one
add it.
seed. Okay.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Because the
if
value
the
is
odds
just
are good enough, then yeah, you can
the odds
just
are great
if one of
for
those
these
teams
bets.
hits, you still win your money back and hopefully a little bit of interest. But okay, we're
Correct.
going number 1 seed in the AFC, right?
Yep.
I'm just going with 1. I don't think I
Hit me
need to
with it.
do 2. I'm just doing 1. I'm
Okay.
doing New York Jets. We went through their schedule. When we talked about their schedule, we were like, okay, the Jets are going to be good this year because Rodgers, they got Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson. Like,
Good
we like their
defense.
team. We like the defense and the offense, right? And then we went
Yep.
through their schedule, and we were both just blown away that, like, it was easy. It's a
So
very easy schedule. Yeah, and I'm getting them for plus 800 too, and I could not feel better about that at all.
Okay, well, I'm gonna join you there. I have the Jets as one of my AFC teams, and DraftKings actually has them at plus 850.
850 on DraftKings. Okay.
So that's actually quite a bit better
A little
than
bit more
the
value there.
800. No, that is. You want to know what's shocking? My other AFC team that I'm going to be placing a bet on to win to be the 1 seed is the Bengals.
Okay.
They're plus 650.
Really?
Isn't that strange?
Plus 650 for the Bengals. I get them at 750.
They're lower. They're lower than the Jets.
Yeah.
Like they're more favored than the
Mhm.
Jets. Like you get
Yeah,
better odds
because you
betting the
got
Jets.
healthy Joe
And I
Burrow.
feel better. And I feel better about the Jets.
I feel better about the Jets, yes, because of their schedule. But if I don't know, if on any given day, if it's Bengals Jets that I'm betting on, and they're both the quarterbacks are healthy, I think I am taking Joe Burrow over Rodgers, and I think that's what the book's also doing, and they're taking the
Well,
quarterback.
we may get that game in the playoffs. I don't think they play each other in the regular season this year.
No, I don't believe so. But but I like that. I like the 750. For me, it's 750 for the Bengals, 850 for the Jets. I could see either of those happening. I don't think the
Oh,
Chiefs.
absolutely.
I mean, the Chiefs are the favorite, and I don't see them. I'd much rather bet on the Ravens at plus 550
Sure.
than get plus 350 with the Chiefs. I just don't see the Chiefs
Well,
like exploding, and I don't know. Every team's gonna play them really hard to try to keep them out of the Super Bowl again. So
and the Chiefs they weren't the 1 seed last year.
true.
Like they had to take the show on the road, and everybody was, oh, Mahomes can't win on the road, and
Mm-hmm.
what they won the whole thing. So okay, let's switch to the NFC. What
NFC.
picks you got for the 1 seed in the NFC? I can already
The
tell
one
you're gonna
seed's
put one down for
actually
Dallas.
closer. The 1 seed's actually closer on FanDuel at least for the number 1
Okay.
seed. So
Okay.
so here it is for the number 1 seed. We got Niners at plus 400. They're the favorite. Okay. Then you got the Eagles and the Lions both tied at plus 480 for the second seed, or to
Okay.
be the number 1 seed. So
Right.
I'm going on a limb here, and I'm going to go with Dallas plus 800.
Dallas.
We already went
plus-
through their schedule. It seemed like a pretty easy schedule for what they did last year and where they finished. Playoffs.
Okay.
So I do like the plus 800 for the Cowboys. And then if I am going to take a flyer here, I do really like the Rams to be at plus 1200. They're at plus 1200 right here. So I got Cowboys and Rams. I like the plus 800 and the plus 1200. If you're just throwing a unit on that, I mean, you're getting 8 units back, you're getting 12 units back. So you could easily throw a unit and then just see what happens.
Absolutely. I have the Eagles, so this is where our
Yep.
Dallas
Yeah,
Philly
here's
thing
your
comes
Philly
back
thing,
into
yeah.
play.
Comes back to bite
You
you,
get the
you mean?
Eagles on DraftKings. You get the Eagles at plus 550.
Okay.
Then my second NFC team, I have three. The second one's the Packers.
Of course, because you're a homer. Okay. Did you
At
notice how
plus
I
nine.
didn't pick the Colts at all?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's because you're living in reality and you saw the Jets schedule like I did.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the Colts are
Right,
also
but you,
plus
I also
2,500. They're one of the
also
lower ones. That's plus 2,500. Like, we're not taking
also
teams like that right here.
when we went through the NFC breakdown, I don't think I gave any team more than 12 wins, and I said that my unbiased take on the Packers schedule is they would win 12 games. So they'll be tied for the one seed if they're not the one seed.
Yeah, fair.
And then my flyer pick also is the Rams, and on DraftKings is plus 1,500.
Oh, that's crazy.
So DraftKings seems like the futures site. So if you bet in futures, it feels like DraftKings outdoes FanDuel most of this. Yeah, I think you had one in the division winners that was a better odds. But other
Yeah,
than
that was it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I got Eagles, Packers, Rams. You've got Dallas and the Rams, and we're both locked up on the Jets because we feel really good
Yep,
about their
exactly.
schedule. And then
Like the
I threw
Bengals,
in
I
Bengals.
give honorable mention to the Bengals. Yeah, plus 750. I like that a lot. And then I'm gonna say like I did it for the divisions, a couple of them.
Mhm.
If you do like a dark horse here for the AFC at least,
Yeah.
nice dark horse here would be like the Dolphins. I mean, we think that the
Okay.
Jets are gonna win that division, but still, I mean,
Right.
Dolphins are at plus 1,000. I mean, Chargers.
What
I
about
mean,
Buffalo?
Buffalo's at plus 900. So it's still good. I mean, if you trust Josh Allen without any weapons, then sure, I'm not going to die on that hill alone yet, but um, I'm not willing to risk it. But the actual sneaky pick is plus 10,000 for the Patriots.
Okay.
So, let's bring the dynasty back, everybody.
And while you're at it, you can bet on the Patriots to miss the playoffs. It's minus 1,800 on DraftKings, and it's almost guaranteed. It's minus 1,800. So if you bet, $20,000, you get
Yeah,
a
exactly.
couple
If
hundred bucks.
anybody makes that bet, let me know. Let us know in the comments if that is a bet that you actually end up taking, and I will throw a bet on the New England Patriots to be the number one seed in the conference. I'll just do it at plus 10,000. I'll do it just for you guys. I'll throw a unit on it, and then we can watch it all season. I'll be rooting for the Patriots like I've never done before. So, yeah, that's a deal there for you guys to think about.
Okay, let's hop into Super Bowl champs.
Yep.
What bets you like there for the odds, and then I've got one matchup that I'm gonna place a bet on. So if you've got one of those, and then I've got
Yep.
two sneaky kind of plays that I like for the season too.
Okay, cool. So you're saying just outright betting Super Bowl winner.
Super Bowl winner. Who's gonna
Okay.
win?
So I got two. Obviously, I'll do two, and that'll also be kind of like my matchup too, and I can look at like odds and stuff like that to see what that looks like. But yeah, it's kind of tough. But I'm gonna say the winner of the Super Bowl will be. Yeah, see, I have to be realistic though. I want to say the Colts. Obviously, I'm gonna throw them in there. That'll be my.
Are you gonna buy a ticket?
If the Colts make the Super Bowl, yes, I will, because I'll be making a lot of money on betting. Then I will do that for sure.
Well, no, I mean, are you gonna make a futures bet on this? Because these are.
Yes, I'm betting on
that
the.
you would go
I
lay a
actually.
ticket.
So funny fact, last year at the end of when the Super Bowl ended, I actually put a bet. I put way more than a unit on the Colts to actually go to the Super Bowl and win it for this year.
Way more than a unit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like the odds right now are plus 5,500, and I think I got like plus 6,000. So
Okay.
the odds have actually gotten a little bit better, which is nice for me.
Okay,
But
so you're throwing Colts in then.
the Colts are in. I already have a bet on them though, so I'm not even gonna really count that. But I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. They haven't done it yet. Dak hasn't even gone to a Super Bowl. I could see this being the year that the Cowboys actually make it, just because of the easy schedule. They just have to not crumble in the playoffs to Green Bay like they did before. And then my other team, because obviously I got to pick an AFC and an NFC. So we're gonna go with the Ravens to actually go to the Super Bowl and win it at plus 1,100.
Ravens. What did you say the Cowboys odds were?
Plus 1,800. I don't think I said the odds, but yeah, 1,800
Okay.
for the Cowboys and then 1,100 for the Ravens. I can see the Ravens going right back to the champs game and actually winning this time because they'll learn how to run the freaking football.
So Colts, Cowboys, Ravens.
Colts, Cowboys, and Ravens. I don't have another NFC team for you. I might throw one.
Chiefs and Niners are the top two teams, right?
Yeah, plus 550 and plus 600 for me. But yeah, they're the two
Okay.
favorites.
Right, and these are all plus way more than that.
Yeah, I mean
Like
the
the lowest
Ravens.
is Ravens
The
at plus
Ravens is double what the Chiefs are.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I have three also. I have two AFC, one NFC. My NFC team is the Packers.
Okay.
and I will be placing that wager.
Yep.
And then
That's
they're
actually not that great.
plus
Yeah.
1,800.
Mhm.
And then I've got the Jets at plus 1,900,
Okay.
and I've got the Bengals at plus 1,300.
Okay, see, so that's where I do get better odds on you is the Bengals. So if you're gonna make that bet, you should switch over to FanDuel. I'm getting plus
What is it?
1,500 for the Bengals.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
What are the Jets over there
18.
on the old duel?
18.
Okay.
So you
And then
got
the
a little bit
Packers
better.
are
18.
okay.
Yeah, Cowboys,
Okay.
Packers, and Jets are all tied at 1,800.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Okay, and then your Super Bowl prediction for the two teams,
Yeah, see, this one's tough. You
and
can.
the odds for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You can go first with this one. Okay. Are you doing
Okay,
just the
I've got
matchup, or are you doing to beat?
no. There's no. You're not picking a winner. You're
You're just
just
doing the
picking the
matchup.
two teams to
Okay.
play each other. Yep. And the numbers like this one's plus 11,000.
Okay.
But I've got my dream Super Bowl Jets Packers.
Okay. Jets, Packers. Yep.
And if I'm right,
Yeah.
those are potentially the 2-1 seed.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. What's the odds on that?
plus 11,000.
Plus 11,000. See, my odds are not as good as that. I got Ravens and Cowboys. So
Ooh,
Ravens
I
versus the
kind of like
Cowboys.
that.
It's plus
I kinda like
6,000. So it's not as good of odds as you would get, but I could definitely see it happening.
Ravens Cowboys, and it's
Ravens
plus
get
how
a
much?
little bit of plus 6,000. It's a little revenge for the
6K.
Ravens from how last season ended, and then it's also the Cowboys'
Sure.
revenge for how last season ended. It's kind of the same storyline for both teams. Like they
Okay.
both messed
Okay.
up. Like Dak threw too many picks, offense couldn't get going, and then for the Ravens, they just forgot how to run the ball. So I like them both.
Right.
Make up and find their way back.
I don't hate that one at all.
I think it's pretty
If
realistic.
those teams are as good as they're supposed to be.
Exactly. Like we are, like we said, Cowboys. I think they're gonna be pretty up there for like #1 seed and stuff like that. So.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have any other like niche bets you want to throw out there before I throw out these two that I'm gonna be placing a bet on that I think have potential to hit?
No, I think that's it for me. But you can go ahead and
Okay.
shoot.
Okay. So I've got two teams to miss the playoffs, and it's not the Patriots. I've got the Bears to miss the playoffs. It's on DraftKings right now. You can get it at minus 110. So
Okay.
it's just straight money minus the juice. And then I have Atlanta to miss the playoffs, and you can get that ticket on DraftKings at plus 170.
Okay. And what were those two teams again? Let me see what my odds are over here. See if you can get a little bit better.
It's Atlanta to miss the playoffs and the Bears to miss the playoffs. I think the Bears are super overhyped. If you guys watched our breakdown videos, you'll know where I stand on the Bears.
Okay.
Also, a Packer fan, so
Well, I mean,
I think they're being super overhyped, and then Atlanta, I think, is also being super overhyped. So I don't mind getting almost double my money to bet on them to miss the playoffs if I'm right.
okay. Yeah, I got Falcons at plus 160 to miss, and then the Bears, minus 112. So obviously the book kind of thinks that they'll be all right on the cusp there to make the playoffs.
Yeah, which maybe they will, and maybe I'll look stupid, and then all the Bears fans will come after me. But I don't see it with the Bears. Rookie quarterback. I can't. I don't know. C.J. Stroud's not the norm
Yeah.
for rookie quarterback play.
Fair enough. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for joining us for this, wonderful episode. We got the division leaders. We got, Super Bowl matchups. It was a great episode. It was a lot of fun to talk about. And we will catch you guys here shortly for, what are we doing next?
We're going to do our awards, our Futures Awards picks. That'll be the next video that's out. And then after that, we jump into week 1, baby.
Week 1, baby. We got Ravens and we got Chiefs. Who's ready? I know I am.
Man, I'm so excited for those. I'm excited for that video.
For sure. All right, well, until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Thanks for tuning in.